Hello and welcome back. Now that you're here, we can talk about perhaps one of the best big brothers in anime history, the incarnated cursed womb death painting, Choso. He is often disregarded due to his supportive role in most of his later fights. However, this discussion will aim to show that Choso consistently outperforms fighters that are greater than him in strength, speed, education, and cursed techniques, and that the unyielding love Choso has for his brothers can push him to the realm of special grade. Choso's drive to avenge his brothers led him to Shibuya, where he was somehow able to find Yuji before Jogo, who can move faster than 99% of the verse, and Mahito, who had several minions and clones to assist his search. Upon meeting Yuji, it quickly became certain that Choso's long-ranged attacks were best suited for dealing with him. Unfortunately for Choso, Yuji proved to be a master of close-quarters combat, and he quickly closed the gap between them and was able to significantly damage Choso in only 3 unblocked attacks. This, in conjunction with Mekamaru's assistance, placed Choso at a significant disadvantage, but due to his cunning and determination, he was able to think on his feet and block Yuji's attack by focusing on the point of impact, giving him the opportunity to finish the battle even if it meant risking a massive life-threatening blood clot. If it weren't for his ability to sense his brothers through their shared blood, Yuji would have died. Sukuna goes as far as to even confirm that Choso was an inferior opponent that Yuji should have been able to handle. However, Yuji's overwhelming strength meant nothing in the face of Choso's resolve. Strength isn't the only stat that Choso can overcome. When he is faced with a special grade 1 sorcerer from the Zenin clan, considered to be the fastest sorcerer in the world, except for his deceased father and Gojo, who was sealed at the time, he was able to use his technique to amp his vision and become able to react to Naoya's speed and quickly turn the tides of the battle, baiting him, slowing him down, using bloodstains, and defeating him with wide-ranged attacks that even Naoya couldn't dodge in close quarters, and he poisoned Naoya, completely neutralizing him as a threat. This is a major feat when you consider that Naoya was able to pose a serious threat to Maki even after she left cursed energy behind and came back to slaughter her clan. Choso should only be around the level of a grade 1 sorcerer, so it goes without saying that the head of the Zenin clan's elite unit was favored to win their battle. However, Naoya's overwhelming speed meant nothing in the face of Choso's resolve. Choso's talent is very instinctive, and his ability to interpret and understand human physiology is impressive considering his total lack of training or education. Blood manipulation is an inherited technique from one of the big 3 clans of the modern era, and this leads to the clan's techniques to become extremely well understood, even by outsiders. And of course, within the clan, manuals and traditions are able to be passed down to strengthen future users. The modern-day Noritoshi Kamo was able to greatly benefit from this knowledge and became as powerful sorcerer, able to rival Megumi's most powerful tamed shadows, such as Max Elephant. We later see that Kamo was holding back when he is able to outperform Megumi when Hanami appears to cause chaos in Jujutsu High. Even this blood manipulation user is shocked at the sight of Choso's power and proficiency with the technique, despite him not having access to the knowledge of the clan or even education of modern medicine. Choso still outperforms Kamo, who is poised to become the head of the clan that inherited blood manipulation. This is later supported when Kamo believes that trying to move at all in Uraume's ice could result in death, whereas Choso increases his body temperature and isn't injured even when Yuji violently drop kicks him out of the jagged ice. Choso goes on to poison and incapacitate Uraume, who is talented and fast enough to catch Maki off guard when she's fully realized, while Kamo is helpless and unable to assist in the battle in any way. Noritoshi Kamo's advanced knowledge allows him to teach Yuji more effectively than Choso about blood manipulation, and there can be no doubt that he is more knowledgeable than Choso. However, Kamo's overwhelming superiority in knowledge meant nothing in the face of Choso's resolve. Kenjaku, Sukuna, and Uraume are some of the most skilled sorcerers of all time, and they each have had more than a lifetime's experience encountering the strongest sorcerers of history, and they are all undoubtedly more powerful than Choso. However, Choso has managed to achieve major victories against all 3 of these titans. Choso incapacitated Uraume, saving the lives of the survivors during the Shibuya Incident. Then Choso is able to overwhelm Kenjaku by mimicking the fighting styles of his brothers and cornering the ancient sorcerer, thus forcing him to reveal his hidden technique, which he desperately wanted to conceal from Yuki Tsukumo. This granted Yuki a massive advantage in the battle against him. This is even more impressive when you consider that Kenjaku had spent at least a decade wielding blood manipulation himself, and is also immune to Choso's poison due to being his father, thus placing Choso in every disadvantage imaginable, and yet he was still able to achieve his goal and claim a victory over Kenjaku. Finally, Choso is able to lend support and consistently participate in the battle against Sukuna while he's in his true form for several chapters, and is even able to tank a black flash, surviving it to be able to continue fighting in later chapters. And ultimately, when Sukuna was backed into a corner, he used a series of binding vows to create a patchwork domain expansion to end the fight once and for all. Choso is not only able to heal himself enough to survive the slashing attacks of the domain, but when Sukuna deploys the divine flames to evaporate every living thing within the domain, pulverizing the very particles of the environment and transforming them into explosive heat that crushes and melts everything within the barrier. The ultimate goal of this domain was to finally alleviate the pressure that had been placed on Sukuna by the combined efforts of Jujutsu Society. But due to Choso's sacrifice for the sake of Yuji, he was able to completely block the divine flames, easily one of the strongest attacks of Jujutsu history, even without applying the technique to a domain which amplifies the stats of the user, ensures the attack will always hit and traps the targets, leaving them no escape route. The divine flames were still strong enough to instantly kill every single person they've ever been used on, including the limitless surpassing Maharaga and Jogo, one of the greatest curses to ever live. At the cost of his life, Choso had allowed Yuji to survive the attack unharmed, which allowed the sorcerers to continue the assault on Sukuna, thus foiling Sukuna's last-ditch effort and leaving him even weaker than ever before. The King of Curses' overwhelming black flash and divine techniques ultimately meant nothing in the face of Choso's resolve. In conclusion, Choso is able to reach anime protagonist levels of resolve due to his undying love for his little brothers, and this love has touched the hearts of not only the people of Jujutsu High, leading them towards their ultimate victory in the battle against Sukuna, but also the hearts of millions of fans who can't help but root for Choso to succeed due to his genuine, wholesome personality. I believe I speak for all of us when I say rest in peace, Choso. You made your brothers proud. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and in honor of Choso, I'd like to invite you to pay your respects and comment rest in peace so we can all share our appreciation for JJK's big brother. But either way, I hope you stay safe and take it easy.